Today we're talking about how to increase your chances to find specific perk books in 7 Days to Die. Let's get to it. So the other day I put out a video talking about how the game doesn't tell you a bunch of stuff, and in one of the things that I mentioned that the game doesn't tell you how to increase your chances to find specific perk books. It doesn't tell you that learning some skills will increase those chances. Now, I also stated that some are a given. For example, batter up, pummel Pete. You kind of just put 2 and 2 together there. But there are others that are less obvious. And I had so many people tell me in the comments that I'm wrong, that the game does tell you. So let me prove to you that I'm not wrong. The game 100% does not mention it anywhere. First off, I double checked the entirety of the localization XML file, which has every bit of text in the game. So much so that it actually takes a second for it to load up in Notepad. And I searched it for the perk books. And I guarantee you, they don't show up anywhere other than when it's talking about the perk books when it's labeling them. Anyway, I digress. Your chances to find the Wasteland Treasures perk book can be influenced by salvage operations. Let's take a look at the salvage operations skill. Let's read what it says. Waste not, whatnot. Salvage items for more resources with a wrench, ratchet, or impact driver. Mentions nothing about the books. Nor does it when you highlight over any of the levels. For example, level 1 just says find more salvage tools and parts in loot. Level 2 basically says the same thing, tells you what your bonuses are, and then it tells you find more salvage tools and parts and loot. Okay, so it's not there. What about over on the perk books page? Let's go over to Wasteland Treasures, and it says, these are my handwritten notes of all the helpful tips I've learned since the bombs fell and the dead rose on how to survive. I hope they help you how they helped me. Peace be with you, friend. Reading books will unlock permanent perks. Read all the volumes in a series to receive a special collector's perk. Nope, doesn't say anything about salvage operations. And the books themselves only tell you what the book does. What about over on the crafting skills page? Now this, on the other hand, tells you where to find all of the crafting skills books. Crafting skills books are not perk books, people. They're 2 different sets of books. One gives you additional perks, the other one increases your crafting skill. And I think that's where the big confusion comes in here, is people don't know the difference between the 2 types of books. Anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest because it's really frustrating sometimes and I need to vent. With that said, I've created an app for y'all. Well, it's actually a web page and not an app. I've created a web page for you all that you can download, and I'll tell you how to get it in a second. First, I'm going to tell you what it does. I think it's really cool and helpful. It's probably a little over the top, but I wanted to make something nice for you all because, you know, y'all are awesome peeps. So it's got 5 columns. It shows you the book names, then it shows you the skill names that correspond with those books. Then it has the drop-down boxes for levels, the increased chance, so your percent increased chance of finding said book if you put however many levels, and then the points needed, so the points you're going to need to invest. So for example, if we are looking for the sniper books, obviously we would put points into Deadeye, and we could say, all right, well, we're going to put 3 levels into Deadeye. That's going to give us a 510% increased chance to find the sniper books, and we're going to need to invest 5 points to get that bonus. But it starts to make a little more sense why I set all this up if you take a look at things that you may not want to invest a ton of points into, but you want the perk books from them. So for example, maybe you don't want to put a bunch of points into Miner 69er, so we'll just do 3 levels of that gets us 510%. And then let's also say maybe you want the urban combat books because there are some books that are in urban combat that are actually good for a lot of different builds, not necessarily stealth builds. Well, we need hidden strikes in order to increase those chances. So let's just do 1 level in that. That's going to increase by 20. That's not quite enough. Let's do 2. So that's going to give us a 265% increased chance. And we can see just spending those little bit of points there, we're going to have to invest 6 points to increase our chances of finding Miner 69er by 510% and finding urban combat by 265%. So, you know, just a nice little helpful tool. I build things like this for myself all the time, so I have quick, easy access to data for making videos, and often I like to share them with you when I do, and I think they'll be useful to people other than myself, and this is one of those occasions. This goes really well with the last tool that I shared with you all, which is the targeted farming tool, which allows you to search anything that is in the game and find out what containers it spawns in. You can easily search these book titles and find out what containers they are in so that you can target farm them with your increased chance for them to drop. To get this, it's really easy, and the best thing about it is anybody can run it if you have a browser. So it doesn't matter what operating system you're on, you can use it on your phone, wherever. All you have to do is go over to my Ko-fi page. I'm going to put the link for it down in the description. The link will take you right to the page where you can download it. It's going to ask you for your email. It's going to ask you for a tip. You don't got to give it either. Just put some whatever at whatever in the email box. Just put blah, blah, blah at __.com. It's for people who have an account or want to create an account. You actually put that in there. It doesn't run any checks to make sure that it's a legitimate email. And I know times are hard for a lot of us out there. They're hard for me. I feel ya. It's no big deal. If you can't afford to tip, don't feel obligated to tip. It's just, if you want to, you got a couple of extra bucks lying around, you want to help me out a little bit, I really appreciate it when you do, but don't feel that you have to. And I know I'm going to get a bunch of people down there in the comments that are like, why didn't you just blah, 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 blah? This is so much easier than making me do this and go over to this page. This sounds like just a commercial to get people to go over to your page. Yeah, maybe it is. So what? I don't do hardly any type of promotional on any of my other content because I like to stick to the meat and potatoes. You got a problem with me doing a somewhat promotional video every now and then where you actually get something out of it? I don't know what to tell you other than that's not going to change. So if you want to support me, you can, because it has subscription-based service over there where you can subscribe and you get a bunch of perks for it. And it's also a good place to host files. It allows me to keep all my collections of stuff in one place. Anyway, I've rambled on enough for this video. Hopefully you all find this little tool helpful and informational. If you do, please consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And if you're looking for some more of my content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.